Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Jurors here. So today we're looking at armor. I'm clothing in general, but mainly armor. We want to know what's the best set of armor for, or what's the best set of clothing for armor. What's the best set of clothing for storage space. And then we have a set that blends in here, and then the scuba stuff. All right, but we're gonna start with the best armor. What's gonna keep you alive the best? So what we got here is this is the set. So we got a military helmet, a balaclava, or however you want to say it, Spec Ops shirt, Spec Ops vest, and Spec Ops pants. And we also have the Spec Ops backpack on here, but that doesn't provide any armor, so it doesn't really matter. So what makes this set the best? So we're going to start with the balaclava. So first of all, the balaclava is the only face mask that provides armor for you. So that's the only option if you're looking for an armor providing face mask. And then the helmet does more, or has more armor than any other helmet in the game. Same with all the rest of the clothing. Okay, but what are the numbers? How do we know this? I need to prove it to you guys. So these are the numbers. So these are the damage multipliers for each item. So the helmet's 0.85, balaclava's 0.95. So see, the balaclava doesn't give that much armor, but it is significant, especially if you're getting like headshotted with a grizzly or something like that. Spec Ops top is 0.85. Spec Ops Vest is 0.65. Spec Ops bottom is 0.85. And so you might say some of these numbers are low. What the heck? What's going on here? How does this work? How does damage work in Unturned? So the way damage works in Unturned is when you shoot a bullet, so the bullet does a certain amount of damage. Let's say it does 100 damage, just for funsies here. And so it takes that number, whatever damage the bullet will do, and then it multiplies it by these numbers, depending on where the person is shot. So if the person is shot right in the dome piece, in the head here, the number, or the damage of the bullet is first going to be multiplied by the helmet, so it's being multiplied by 0.85. And I guess we could do this with a calculator. And then after that, it's going to be multiplied by the balaclava, because that's also facial protection. So so the damage is multiplied by these numbers. But since you got shot in the face, it will not be multiplied by any of these three numbers, because the armor is location specific. But then if you're shot in the chest, the bullet damage would be multiplied by the Spec Ops top number and the Spec Ops vest number, significantly decreasing the damage. And yeah, same thing with the bottom. If you're shot in the legs, same thing, it just multiplies it. So yeah, so while these numbers, so the lower the better for these numbers, because that means that, because since you're multiplying it by the damage amount, the lower these numbers are, the better it is for protecting yourself. Man, that was a bad explanation. I'm sorry, guys. Tripping up over stuff a little bit. Okay, and so now, this is another set of armor. There's not a military bottom on here, but I just want to compare these two numbers, because military stuff is pretty good for protecting you, especially the military vest, which is a 0.7 multiplier, whereas the Spec Ops vest is a 0.65 multiplier. So yeah, military stuff still pretty good for protecting yourself, just not quite as good as the Spec Ops stuff. It's about a 0.05 difference on every piece. Yeah, exactly, actually 0.05 difference. So, but that is still significant, especially like I said, if you're getting shot with like a well, I guess it wouldn't really matter, but if you're getting shot, it might save your life. Probably not, but it might. So it's probably worth using as long as you don't mind low storage space. All right, let's go on to storage space. So the military top is tied with the highest storage space. Let's see, I've written down what it's tied with. So it's tied with the police top, the RCMP top, and the thief top. And then the military vest is by far holds more than any other vest at 20 slots. So if you're looking for inventory space, you definitely don't want to use that guy. And then the cargo pants holds 18, which is the most for any pants, except it is tied with the thief bottom. Where I'm getting a lot of this information from is the steamcommunity.com share files thing, where somebody shared a file with all the armor values for clothing items. So they actually have this one wrong. They tell us that the thief bottom holds 15, or has 15 slots for items, but it actually has 18, which is tied with the cargo pants. So if you guys are looking at that spreadsheet, remember that that is wrong, and that cargo pants and thief bottoms are tied for the highest inventory slots. And then obviously, as you guys know, the Alice pack, it's a good day. The Alice pack holds an insane amount of items, 56 slots on the Alice pack, far more than the Spec Ops rucksacks, far more than anything pretty much. I mean, period. Anything. 56 slots. That's wild. I guess we could try these sets on too if we want here. Boop, boop, boop. So, see here, it's still a decent amount of space, especially with the Spec Ops rucksack. If you were to put an Alice pack on there, this would be totally fine for space, to be honest, unless you're mining or something. And then this guy, an insane amount of space. Yeah. Great guy to go mining with and stuff like that. Alright. And then this last guy, he just blends in. That's all he does. Ghillie suit, about 0.95, I think, on most of the ghillie items for the armor multiplier. But yeah, he just blends in. I was going to put an Alice pack on him, but then I decided a green rucksack, not rucksack, travel pack would be the best, because that provides the most slots out of any of the colored backpacks, and it's green instead of standing out like this darker green gray color. But yeah, pretty inconspicuous, good for sniping. That's pretty much it. And then, as you guys know, if you combine the snorkel with the diving tank, it increases your respiration underwater. I wonder if it increases respiration, period. Let's check this real quick. Okay. We need a scoped gun real quick here. Gonna get a grizzly. And a 16 times scope. Alright, we're going to hold our breath here and see. Oops, wrong button. Looks like it still goes down very quickly. We could take it off. Oh, the backpack wasn't done. Okay, let's try it now. Gonna wait till it gets all the way back up. Still seems to go down very quickly. Take these two things off. Yeah, it goes down just as quickly. But as you guys know, if we have them on and we jump in this water, we can stay under here for a very long time without losing that much oxygen. And keep in mind that we don't have our diving maxed at all. If you have that maxed, it just ticks down so slow. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. So yeah, Spec Ops gear, balaclavas, or however you want to say it, military helmets, best gear in the game, guys. That's what you should be looking for. So yeah, my name's the Jers. I'll see you guys in my next video or live stream. Oh man, that was awkward. Alright, bye guys.